That's not a knife. That's a knife. Hey guys, Faithful EDC here. I just wanted to thank each and every one of you and announce the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We have 2 knives. We will also have a third winner, which will be some paracord items, color of your guys' choice. But for the 2 knives here, we do have a Jimmy Crow custom. This one here is the Civivi Scintilla. Really nice looking blade. We have dyed the scales and flamed the pivot bronze. We have the black wash blade. It is a Blade HQ knife, a Blade HQ exclusive. We have D2 steel. We dyed the scales black, flame anodized the pivot there. So really, really cool knife. Thank you very much, Jimmy Crow. Also be getting a swag pack from Jimmy Crow. The second place winner will be getting at a Artisan Revel here. This is the brown AR RPM 9 black blade here. I've got a nice neon yellow lanyard attached to this. This is the Ray Laconico design. So this is a used knife. This has been in my collection and been reviewed, been cut with, but this one is going to be the second place winner. So the Artisan Revel, and then of course that third place is going to get some paracord items for knives and some cross keychains. But just wanted to announce the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It will be coming up once we hit 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers. I will post a entry video on my shorts, and that will be the way to get entered. So thank you all. Now let's get to the video. Welcome back, everybody. Faithful EDC here with you today. Today we've got another Kansept. This one here is the Model 6. Let's check this box and we'll get to the knife. Model 6, 3.1 inch. This is a Nick Swan Knives design. Model number is K1022V3. Stonewash CPM S35VN with 80s carbon fiber. Typical Kansept pouch. You've got your bag that the knife comes in, your information and microfiber, and you do have an extra set of Omega springs down there in the box. Glad that they include those Omega springs just in case something fails. You have them on hand. But let's get to this knife here. Really nice looking setup here. We do have the Kansept Model 6. We have a very large, oversized lanyard slot, I guess you would say. So I guess if you wanted to fit multiple of lanyards, or not really sure the reasoning behind such a large lanyard position back there, but I enjoy it. We do have the ability for right or left hand tip up carry right there with the dual screws on both sides. Love that. We have T8 hardware on the body and pivot, and T6 for the pocket, for the pocket clip. It does appear that we have a milled titanium pocket clip on this as well. We do have the satin crossbar lock here with the black screws and black hardware and pivot. We do have a black thumb. I don't know if you want to call that a stud or a thumb pad. Not really sure, but works really well, to be honest with you. So it's not a thumb stud, it's not a round stud, it's not a thumb disc that sits on top of the blade. This little pad thing here is very nice. Allows for reverse flick and easily opened with the thumb flick there. So super, super nice. Have really been enjoying that opening mechanism. It's definitely different than a thumb stud or a blade hole or a thumb disc, but really, really smooth action running on bearings. This does have a medium to high flat grind on this CPM S35VM blade steel. It is a stonewash finish. We have the Kansept and the model number and the blade steel here on the show side. And then on the back, we have the Nick Swan design logo there, and then of course the Model 6. We will get to showing you guys this underneath UV light here momentarily. We have had several Kansept knives on here with 80s and with other carbon fibers. This one here has got to be one of the pinkest of pink batches that I've ever seen. Quite a lot of pink in this guy, just a little bit of green, and then quite a bit of blue here on the back. We have just a little bit of orange back there as well, but very minimal on the green orange on these guys, but that's all right. Every single knife is going to have a different pattern, different design. If we go back here to this other Kansept, we have the Kansept Thoth here. Look at the difference here. So a lot tighter of the carbon fiber look there, and then this one here has much more open design, I guess you would say. Both of them look spectacular, but it just surprised me that it was so much pink in one knife, but that is perfectly fine. I'll take it. We've got the watermelon sugar that has a lot of pink and green, so I am perfectly okay with that. Wish it didn't have as much blue, to be honest with you, but that is okay as well. We do have 3 positions to change the locking strength. If you can see right in here, I have left it from factory. I would say it's probably right in the middle. And just like that Nahul that we had the other day, this one here is almost ideal straight from the factory as far as retention and pull strength that it takes. So can't really complain. Don't see any need to take this thing apart in order to change that. We have a nice sheep's foot blade shape as well. The only downside that I am going to say here, and I know this is getting nitpicky, but we cannot access that last bit of the knife. So that last bit of the blade is non-existent unless you're holding it over the edge like that. I do understand that you're not going to get there with your knuckles, but if you set this down on a flat surface, just like I am now, none of the blade touches, and we're never going to get to access that back portion of the blade, which will always stay sharper than the rest. And so that is the only nitpicky thing that I have on this, other than there's too much blue, which it's a roll of the dice. So let's get down here and get some size comparisons for you all, and then we'll shut the lights down and get that UV on, so that way we can see what this thing looks like underneath the UV lights. We'll get this guy out. We'll get our number 2 pencil. We'll get our Sharpie here as our size comparisons, and of course our Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Looks like you have roughly an inch shy of the Sharpie, and you're roughly half an inch shy of the Paramilitary 2 when closed. That sound when that opens, that thwack that it gives you, is quite nice. This one is very similar in size to the Nahul that we had the other day as well. I'm not 100% sure if I'm still pronouncing that right, but that's what we're going to go with. We are exactly one number 2 pencil in length overall opened, and you're roughly 3/4 to 7/8 of an inch shy of the Paramilitary 2. We will get you guys some actual measurements here with the trusty Milwaukee tape measure. We'll get you some weights on this, and then we'll get the lights turned off so where we can see the camo carbon in action. This one here is 4 3/8 of an inch shut. We have a cutting edge of 3 1/8 and a blade length of the same 3 1/8 of an inch. And you are looking at 7 7/16 of an inch overall tip to toe when open. Let's get you guys some weights here. We will start off in grams. Grams, you're looking at 113.2 grams, and in ounces, 3.99. So sub 4 ounces on this guy. Really, really nice. It is lightweight. It does have the full liners as well, but even with the machined out, you're still right under the 4 ounces. This thing pretty much disappears in my pocket as far as weight goes. It's not super chunky. It's not super tall. It's not super thick. So it is almost an ideal knife size and weight for me. The pocket clip is definitely a good one. You have plenty of room in here for the hem of your jeans or your cargo pants. Also, it works very well with your ball shorts. Again, they are not addressing the locked or the captured pivot here. So we do need two T8 screwdrivers here, or two T8 Torx bit drivers in order to take this thing down if you need to maintenance it. So hopefully here before too long, Kansept will begin doing a captured pivot and do away with the dual T8 bits. Let's get a couple other knives out here, and then we will show you guys underneath the UV light. We got the Watermelon Sugar Three Rivers Manufacturing Atom. We have the 80s Camo Carbon Kansept Model 6 and the Kansept Thoth. We're going to bring out a Kansept Raven, which I do believe has been on this. That is Flow Party. And then we're going to bring out the Tempest in 80s as well, just to show you guys variations between manufacturers and what they look like on, you know, how close the pattern is and how loose the pattern is. So let's go ahead and kill the overhead lights here. I do have my Olight Arcfield Pro with the UV feature. We're going to have a little bit of light going on here. So here we go. Looking very good. We do have, like I mentioned, quite the open design on this camo carbon on this one here. Nothing very close together, so a lot of extra carbon there. We'll do the Kansept Thoth on this one here. And there you go. You guys can see how close together this design is. And then the same way with this Tempest. This Tempest is one of my favorite designs. I absolutely love the way that looks. Let's do some Watermelon Sugar here. This one here is pink and green. I absolutely love these scales. So super excited and happy to have that Three Rivers Manufacturing Atom. And then this one here is Flow Party. So this one here is pink, yellow, and orange colorway outside of UV. And there you go on the UV activation there. So we're going to end this off looking at this underneath the UV feature. Thank you all very much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Make sure you give this video a like, comment, and share. Let's keep this train moving and onward and upward. Appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, take care and God bless.